that moment when you realize there's a form of irony in that last music track being called TOS, given the absolute crapshoot that has been Twitch today. Oh boy, I don't know if anyone has been checking the news on that. Whole like ad thing, has just been going on. Where like something about restricting the capacity with which streamers can really like put sponsored ad content on their streams. Like, I don't know if anyone's been catching up with that, but a lot of people were pissed about that. But I was watching Ludwig's video about it. It is kind of like YouTube's damage control. So from what I understand, and from what like Twitch ambassadors were saying from their meeting with the CEO of Twitch, it seems like they're only doing this, or like putting this policy in, so they could like put the hammer down on like malicious third party organizations that are trying to take advantage of Twitch, and that by and large is not really going to affect the platform. But the communication was so bad that it turned into what you're seeing trending on Twitter right now. It is to be a fly on the wall of that PR room. Good lord. Also, by the way, if I seem a bit quieter than usual, it's because, so like my office here is like down the hall from one of my parents' offices, and like they're doing stuff at night, so I try not to cause too much of a disturbance. I know that I tend to be loud and unhinged and all over the place, but I'm probably going to be a bit more mellow this time, just for the sake of the people that live in this house. So just a heads up there. But what I want to say before we get into things is that we have got a stacked week for this channel. So starting, well, today we have stream. Tomorrow, still working on a specific time, but I will be joining a friend and recording and streaming our Nintendo Direct predictions video. So this is going to be like, if Nintendo announces a Direct for June, there will be predictions for that. But that prediction could also carry over to Nintendo participating in Gamescom Opening Night Live at the end of August. So it's more of a summer 2023 predictions video. So yeah, Skypat in the chat is who I'm going to be talking about these predictions with. So if you kind of want to get speculative, kind of just start, throwing guesses out there as to what Nintendo's going to put out next, be sure to join that stream tomorrow. I will be posting the time for which on my social media so that people could join in and contribute. And then Thursday, Summer Game Fest, I will be an official co-streamer. I have all the resources ready, so we're going to have a lot of fun. So that's going to be cool. I'm going to be co-streaming both the main event and also the Day of the Devs, because that's like indie game stuff. And then I'm thinking of co-streaming the Wholesome Games Direct on Friday, which is like indie games with a more wholesome theme around them, hence the name. I'm not sure if I want to do that or just record my reactions or just a Twitter thread of reactions. So whatever you want to see, let me know in the chat or in the comments down below if you're watching on YouTube. But basically, stream today, predictions tomorrow, Summer Game Fest Thursday, possibly Wholesome Games Direct Friday. It's going to be a good week. Just slap my cord off of my headphones. It's because I'm so passionate. That's what it is. It's the passion that makes me slap my headphones by accident. Anyway, let's get right back into the video games. Okay, so the main objective, we're trying to get the frog suit. Not to be confused with the one from Mario 3, but the suit that lets us climb slippery walls. So the reason why I want to do this, or the reason why we have to, is because that's the only way we can get to the Wind Temple and finish the 4th pillar of the story in this game, which is something I really want to do. So that's why we're doing that. And in order to do that, we kind of have to go around to all the stables and do missions for the people there. So it's going to be a lot of just fighting random enemies or doing whatever needs to be done. So it's going to be a lot of like miscellaneous content this time. So hopefully you're kind of up for that. Also, you might notice that I have an attack up buff. If you follow my Twitter, you'll see that I actually decided to fight a Flux Construct level 2 today, just for the sake of kind of seeing if I could. I could. It's very hard. Actually, no, it was a Flux Construct level 3. Those things suck. Those things can read your movements like crazy. It was not to flex on you, Patrick. No matter how much you want to believe that. Let's see, get to the bottom of the rumors about Zelda. Yeah, so we gotta do all the different quests from the different stables. So, we're gonna start with this one down here. We're just gonna start there. That is the whole sentence. I also went to the Great Fairy and upgraded a lot of our gear that we use a lot to kind of just make the defense value a bit higher. I still, to this day, don't know the purpose of those values at all. Like, how much does it really increase your defense? Because I don't see a difference at all. You're better off just making, like, defense up, like, meals in order to, like, boost those stats. I don't know. If somebody knows, let me know. Let's see. Blonde-haired man near a three-way intersection. Implored him to help her friend. Couldn't follow the woman's lead. So this friend possibly might be Zelda. So let's go check out that intersection where this guy supposedly found her. I want to say that's the guy? Yeah, this is the one. Blonde hair. Yeah, she's in hiding and unable to move. Okay, if I were to guess, this is just going to be a Yiga clan thing. Be careful not to be seen. We don't want to draw evil to her, so we can't be seen by enemies. Okay, so if we're not supposed to be seen, I'm assuming this means we have to destroy, like, every enemy that we find? That's the only way that this would make sense. Oh. I don't have arrows. Okay. Let's put on some stealth up armor that I have. Dude, that's the main thing I worry about, that thing flying around. As much as I want to start up there on the cliffside, I guess that's where the challenge is. Let's see, does this stealth armor do enough for us? No, it does not. Okay, let's go with something a little stronger. Alright. That's all the enemies. Just want to collect all of this stuff, because a lot of this is going to be pretty helpful. Bouncy stick. If you say so. What does this actually do? Huh. It's literally a stick with a mushroom on it. Sure, why not? I really hope we don't get dinged points for fighting everything. I mean, he can't be seen by anything if everyone is dead. One way of looking at it. Top 10 weapons that could beat the Master Sword. Yeah, totally. Well, I guess it could beat the Master Sword, considering the Master Sword is just gone. Top of that cliff? Okay, so I guess we don't need the stealth armor. We just need to get from point A to point B. Oh boy, this is gonna be a long climb. And I almost want to like put a bet down that it's just gonna be the Yiga clan. Like, I will almost put money down that this is exactly what it is. Like, a mysterious person that suddenly is just like, oh, meet me on the top of a cliff. Alright, calling it now. Place your bets, chat. You gotta be kidding me right now. Alright, I guess we'll go with this one here. After I defeat a Flux Construct level 1 for Shrine Quest off stream. And there it is. Yeah, I called it. That was the quickest fight I have ever done. Holy crap. Good lord, if I had an easy button. Also, an elaborate trap? Really? It was pretty predictable.
Oh. Ah. Oh.
Oh, cool, a bonus. Love that.
Sapow.
Alright, so I'm not sure. We're gonna have to check once we get all the stuff from that fight. Gotta see how many we have left, because I think he mentioned a number. I'm assuming like number of quests that we still have to do before we get the whole suit. And also all the rupees are gone. Cool, glad I couldn't collect those. Got so many of these random trees. Alright, we'll just fuse this with... You know what? This looks funny. Let's go with that. So I like how you could just open this while it's in midair. Royal Broadsword. Yeah, we'll drop this. Is there anything else worth looking at here? Why do I hear enemy music? Oh, that's fun. Interesting. An Octorok dropped 2 fish. Oh, great. I don't even have a bow and arrow. That's fun. Okay. Let's quickly look back at our side adventures. Okay. Princess Zelda riding a beast with brutal tusks in a subtropical region in the south. That would be around here, wouldn't it? Subtropical? This looks like it. Surely it doesn't want me to go into the Colosseum. Reach a demise, forest, tree stump, mountain, bridge, lake, river. Oh, where would that be? I think maybe the grasslands? Anyone have any clues? Subtropical, so like... As much as I would love to check the Colosseum, I just do not think we have the equipment to do that. It did say go to the stable to, like, try and get some intel, so let's take a look at that. And if I'm not mistaken, we already figured out this geoglyph. That is something else I would like to do. Legendary weapon. Rumored beast you're after, that's what's a story. Go to any stable, you'll find people excited about this beast. Okay, so apparently different stables will give us the intel that we need. So, I don't know, let's start with Woodland Stable? Guess we'll just go hopping around until we find something. Okay, so if we just follow this way... I guess next chance I get, I should also buy some arrows, considering we're always low on those. The one time I have more bomb arrows than I would reasonably need is the one time I have plenty of arrows. Actually, you know what? Given that shrine sitting right there, I think we haven't even visited the stable yet. So this might actually be really good for us. Yeah, no, we haven't seen this one. Perfect. It's the last stable we need to get another upgrade, so I will gladly take that. By the way, off stream, I redeemed those, oh my god, like, ooh, not spirit orbs, but symbol of blessing or whatever. I got 2 more stamina vessels, considering the heart we got from the lightning temple, and just another one for, I don't know, for added sizzle. To make it look nice. Alright, Rise and Fall. What is this, Civilization 6? This is easy, you know? Words, I had a stroke. This was easy enough. Alright, so this is a water. Uh-huh. Hardly even have to try with this one. Is that just even worth it, though? Probably not. Okay, so I think what we have to do is just move this... over here. And then, bada bing, a bada boom. And that's the shrine. Light of Blessing, that's what it's called. I wonder, where does this take us? Ah. Interesting. Didn't think that could fall off. Nothing about that beast yet. Surely somebody has seen him. Oh, here we go. There's an actual picture of the footprints at one stable. Well, there is, like, the footsteps from that other stable. Which one is it? I believe it's at Dueling Peaks. There was, like, a kid drawing, like, a footstep in the sand or in the dirt, so you should check that out. But in the meantime, that's a pretty colorful looking hot air balloon. Let's take a look at what that's all about. Bro is actually piloting the doohickey right here. These things are terrifying. That looks like a textbook definition of a sleep paralysis demon. Okay, always wanted to be a Satori. Oh, so this is where we can use those. Okay, well, let's just give them some of the ones that we have. Okay, so becoming a Satori. Okay, well, we have plenty of these gems, so let's see what this is all about. Oh, cool, so now we can blend it with Bokoblins. So that should definitely help with all of our stealth missions. This guy just ate a gem. Oh my god. Okay, so I guess this guy just collects those. Okay, so this guy is gonna go out on a journey for that. Good for him. So if I'm not mistaken, this is actually the guy that will, like, task you with defeating every Talus and Hinox and, like, some other big boss enemy in Breath of the Wild. Like, he'll give you medals for that. I wonder if he does a similar thing here. Hey, hopefully we'll find him around and we can just give him all of these gems that we've been collecting. Alright, this guy's going to Terrytown. Okay, so if we don't know where he is, we'll just go to Terrytown. Perfect. Alright. Yeah, subtropical in the south. Not that quite yet. It's Master Koga. Where is it? I know it's somewhere around here. I'm not crazy. Well, really depends on who you ask, but Skeletal horse. Come on, I just saw it. Where could this thing be? Stone tablets. The demon's voice from an opening in the wall. I definitely want to check that out at some point. I can't figure out which stable it is. Maybe it's this one? Because lakeside, subtropical, that would make sense. Actually, did I ever check in here? Opened a sanctuary for a new animal species. Oh, okay, yeah. Just 1 point away from a new reward. Okay, so this looks like the place that we need to be. Is there any more information?
Oh! Ah! Hmm. Ah. Oh! Ah. Oh! Oh!
Who's gonna tell them about the pirates? They're kinda dead. Okay, so this person's just detailing everything about Lurlin Village and what you can really do once you rebuild that entire village, which I've already done. You can definitely remember all of my difficulties. Where is this monster? In the meantime, let's buy some arrows from Beetle. There we go. That should be everything. Alright, so where did this guy say the new species was? Wait, he said across the ravine. I gotta figure out what a ravine is. I'm assuming it's just across this river thing. This is a certified dictionary moment if I've seen one. Alright, I believe this is the team dedicated to this.
Oh!
Don Dons, new animal species discovered by Zelda. Yeah, so there's a rumor about Zelda riding a beast. Okay, so this is probably what people saw her with.
Aye!
Oh, well, that's another mystery solved.
と。Hmm. Huh? Ah.
Oh, a lot of this is just a game of telephone, isn't it? Although I guess that's journalism. Ooh, yes, this is what we needed.
Ah. Ah. Ah.
Okay, so that's the first piece of that armor set. Can I take all of this?
Oh. Mm.
The luminous stones fell out of the bag. A Don charged over and ate them.
Ah.
Okay, so after they eat luminous stones, they create gems. Interesting. So if I were to feed one, let's see. What if I put down like 5 of them? Okay, so he just eats them one at a time. Oh, he ate that one. Actually, you know what? I think I might be on to something. Or not? Wait, they're glowing. Hold up. I kind of want to stick around for this. What's happening with this thing? Do I have to wait like 3 to 5 business days? Hear me out. Okay, no. I'm not gonna attack it, but that looks cool. Wait, no, that... Taking a picture of that. That looks awesome. Okay, maybe just one at a time. Just keeps pushing his friend out of the way. What if I put it back here? Nothing. I feel like something is meant to happen here that just isn't. Alright, what about this one? Let's see, how many does this one eat? I love this. The animation makes it look like it's actually eating it, like it's scooped it into its mouth. Okay, so it only eats 2. And then they just kind of stand there. You know what? I'm gonna feed like all 3 of these some rocks. But this one's not eating any.
Oh. Oh. Ah. Mm.
So do they do anything? Oh wait, maybe like feeding them gems or like luminous stones just makes them glow in the dark? Wait, no, that wouldn't make sense because that one's glowing. Maybe if I sit by the fire till the afternoon? Maybe like time needs to pass for nature to take its course? Because I can't think of any other way that they would produce gems out of nowhere. Nothing.
Oh.
Well, we will have to revisit this another time. Alright, so now let's go to... What's another stable we could visit? Because there isn't really... Is there a stable in the Gerudo? That's the town, that's the bazaar, but I don't think there's a place for horses. I don't know, let's just travel to all the ones we've been to. Maybe that'll help us. I'm just relieved we didn't have to fight anything, because when I had to fight a Gliok, oh my god. I still have, like, PTSD from that. That was hard, bro. So there's a shrine that way? Where? Ah, probably in the Coliseum. Yeah, no, I am not trying to go in there. Let's see, south at Highland Stable. Okay, so it looks like... Wait a minute. Far south as you can go and still be in Hyrule. That's probably around here, which has famously been unexplored by us, so we're definitely going to have to look around there later. Alright, now we have the next reward for stable points. Okay, Zonai Ruins around here. Interesting. Okay, Traveler's Saddle. Cool. Main restyling service. Interesting, so I can get like a perm for a horse. Fascinating. Let's see. Oh, he doesn't have anything in terms of Zonai Ruins again. Oh, here we go. Okay, this looks like a map of where all those cherry blossoms are that show you where the caves, the nearby caves are. Okay, that's the article that we helped with. And the pirates that we already took care of. Cool. Now, I know that there's this side quest. There's another Great Fairy quest where you have to find a musician and bring them up to the Great Fairy. Let's see, so Piper with the flute. Traveler from Farron to the southeast said, heard the sound of a flute from Highland Stable. Okay, so Farron. So then I guess it's going to be closer to here. So if we're going to try to visit there, let's start from this tower. I don't believe there's anything else we could do there. I will never not get tired of, like, the amazing view from the sky in this game. always looks so picturesque. Which I've noticed is a word I use a lot lately. There is this flower-shaped island I quickly want to explore. So I believe this has one of the stone tablets I need for a different quest, this time a main quest. There we go. You know what, given our trajectory, we probably shouldn't even aim for the water. You know what, if we aim this way, we should be fine. Or if we just go for this foot of the hill right here. Either way, like, we have the Zora armor, so it shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so I think it's this way. I don't actually know where the stable is. Usually you could tell from, like, a cloud of smoke. But I see no such thing. What is... First of all, I see a rock here. Let's, move this out of the way. What is this? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I was about to say, does that not go there? Trying to get, like, the most height here, because it did say highland stable, so I'm assuming, like, I need to be on a higher elevation to really see it. That almost looked like a stable. That is an enemy outpost. There it is. Now we're just gonna take this off. I guess we better prepare for combat. Looks like they were prepared for us. A wave dashing boy. Come on. There we go. That was easy. Those enemies just get way easier with every playthrough. Or I guess with every battle. This guy just has a mushroom on a stick. That's depressing. Okay, so there's 3 of them. Oh boy, this is gonna suck. Alright, so that's 1 down. There we go. Alright, so now, if there's no other enemies that want to get stabbed, we should hopefully be able to make it back to the stable. Just make it 2, not back 2. There is those 2. I really don't want to have to deal with those. I seem like they're minding their own business, which is probably for their benefit. There is a well down here, though. I would like to visit that. I do wonder, though. Like, I feel like Beetle is always at every possible... stable. Is that just, like, in his programming that just whenever you're near a stable, he just spawns right next to it? Because it seems way too convenient. Alright, so there isn't really anything of substance down here except for a couple barrels, which I can't even break. So I'm assuming Ascend is going to give us something pretty spicy. Or mild. I don't do spice. Okay, nothing. Fun. Alright, there we are. Highland Stable. And there's the shrine that is conveniently right near it. Alright.
Oh.
So they heard a voice that sounds like Zelda.
Hmm.
Furl Plain to the northwest.
Ah.
Okay, so it seems like we already have our assignment here.
Oh.
Okay, so the strange voice can only be heard at night. So the northeast... Alright, so here's the plane. Okay, so if we just follow this path, we should be able to get to the bottom of this. Oh, here's the flute guy. Not to be confused with the Game Awards flute guy. Who, if I may be so bold, is, probably better.
Eh? Eh? Oh.
Alright, so what does this kid want?
Oh.
There's a fire in the field. Asking people if she could see a glowing tree. Something from a picture book. Oh, so by glowing tree, he meant arson. Cool, I love deforestation for fairy tale. I don't even know. Let's see, 10 fireflies. I believe we have that many. Never mind. You know what? Since we're here, we may as well just check in.
Yeah. Hey. Ah. Ah. Ah.
Okay, Lake of the Horse God. Not gonna go there quite yet, but we have been hearing about that several times. I'll get those fireflies at some point, but I would like to see where that voice is coming from. I'm gonna turn up my mixer so I can hear this. What do you say? Oh, the Monster Control crew squad. Pirate ship on the shore of the river. Oh, cool. Mighty steamed meat recipe. Love that. You have just a sword sitting there? Okay. There's good old Farage. I love harvesting that dragon's remains in order to get electric weapons. Thank you, dragons, for being very exploitative. I just realized, how are we going to teleport back there? We'll figure it out. So let's see. Coral Plain to the northeast. Am I... Yeah. Oh, accompany the NPC at night. Oh. Is he, like, here or anything? Because if he's not, then I should probably just redo this. Or you know what, since I'm already gonna redo this, we may as well just grab the shrine that we need to teleport back to the stable, and then we can start this over again. Because I don't see him looking anywhere. Come on. Utsushak? What are these names? Alright, let's see what kind of puzzle they have in store for us here. Long or wide? Can I prefer a healthy medium? This seems easy enough. Wow, was that even a puzzle? Okay, what do we got? Huh. Okay. So I don't think this is going to be tough. Oh, I think I see the challenge with this one. That is not what I meant to do. There we go. Okay, what the heck is this? Oh, I see the puzzle here. Okay. Okay, this seems like more or less the same. Now we just... Yoink! I did not think I could grab onto that on the track. That was pretty slick. Ooh. All right. Well, this shrine is definitely worth your time if you want a quick sneaky elixir. Gotta wonder how many YouTubers have already, like, beat this game and just, like, moved on, and yet I'm still here, like, what is it, 3-ish weeks since the game launched, and I'm still, like, not even maybe halfway done with the story? Probably not even. If I'm going for, like, all story content, good lord, we are a ways off from completing this game. I don't know why. Like, I try not to compare myself to other creators, but I just feel like I'm taking this a lot slower than most, because, like, most YouTubers, they'll dedicate, like, a whole week of 12-hour streams to finishing this game as soon as humanly possible so they can move on to the next thing that's trending. I do not have such, I don't have such priorities. Like, I'm too broke to be a trend follower. You know, I take my trends pretty casually. Still haven't even done one temple. Okay, to be fair, though, like, you like to play a ton of different games. Like, you're back on the Splatoon 3 grind. Like, you know, you've got your own things going on. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just from a creator standpoint, I tend to be a bit slow. Like, within, like, a couple weeks, YouTubers will probably just be like, this dude is still making content on this. There we go. Ooh, good shield. Okay. Basically puts it on par with the Gerudo shield. I'll get rid of one of the mighty Zonite shields. Or actually, I'll get rid of this Zonite shield and just... Yeah. Alright. So what else is there? There is this wall here. Knowing my luck, there's going to be either a Stone Talus or a Hinox in here. Or just a that. I will gladly deal with a that. Alright, so that's another gem to give to that sleep paralysis demon creature thing that we saw earlier. Big Hurry Truffle will not complain about that. Is that it for this place? Because otherwise it's just a bunch of mining. And anyone that's played Minecraft can tell you that's only one half of the adventure. Cheap joke? Yes. But that's how I get my good laughs. Okay, there is more to this. So this is probably where the boss room is going to be. Or a couple of, like, horriblins. Yeah, these look like the supplies you would find at an enemy outpost. Although there is a chest here. Ancient Blade. Damn. 50 attack power? That's like the best arrow you could possibly have in a game like this. I think. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on that one. Man, all you had to do was fall down a hole to get it? Jeez. Developers are very generous. Okay, here's what I figured this would be. Not to be that guy. You're gonna be that guy. This is Nintendo. I don't believe you. There we go. That's the thing I wanted. Next, they're gonna tell me Nintendo is the company that made the Nintendo Switch. That was Twix. Makes sense. That checks out. Fun fact, Bokoblins are probably fire types because they just drown really fast. Link used drown. It's apparently super effective. Actually, you know what? Twix making a Nintendo Switch could kind of make sense, because you can make the Joy-Cons like left Twix and right Twix. Like, you could definitely make that a brand collaboration. Like, if they can collab with, like... I don't know. If the Atari Lynx got a collaboration with Marlboro cigarettes, then I feel like anything is possible at this point. Okay, that sword is not worth. There's definitely something here. And by that, I mean not at all. Oh, well, that's fun. Okay, is there anything else? That's it? I mean, like, the stuff we found here was pretty decent, but that's all they have? Just a shortcut to the beach? You know what? Why not? Alright, the Como shoreline. I do not see a reason to exist here. Also, there's apparently... Am I the only one that, like, can see a building on the horizon over there? I think the pills might be getting to me. Like, it looked like one. Clouds are whack, man. You know, hot take. They should put prayer statues in every stable. Because just having them in, like, the 4 main regions of Hyrule just seems a bit too few. Considering, like, how essential they are. Still have yet to find one. You could just find them in the major villages. That's where they are. Like, Kakariko Village, Zora's Domain,
Ah.
emergency shelter at Lookout Landing, where you start off.
Oh. Ah. Ah.
No, not the morning. Shit. But yeah, like, they're not... Like, you have immediate access to one. So just, if you go down to the emergency shelter, there should be one down there.
Ah.
You know what? Let's lodge with them at the
Ah.
night.
Ah. Oh.
Just so that we can,
Ah.
we can max out our points. Or I guess not max out, but, like, get the next reward.
Ah. Ah. Oh. Yeah.
Alright, so what do we got?
Ah. Ah.
Main restyling service, cool.
Ah.
1 additional horse registration. Wow, I wish I had a use for that.
Hmm. Oh.
The Furl Plain to the northwest. Oh.
Aye.
Okay, he just flies over there. Wow, that's a lot simpler than I was giving him credit for. Which, honestly, given how I overanalyze everything, is not shocking. That didn't sound like Zelda at all. Leave the arms. If no, do you ha? I don't exactly ha, but I appreciate you asking. if not, do you harm? Leave the arms, for if not, you'll do a harm. Oh, it's that guy that we found earlier. Seek the storm, fear it not, you will stay warm.
Huh?
Sounds like a Care Bear rhyme. Yeah, so basically you singing made people think this stable was haunted. Never sung a song with those lyrics. Seek the storm. For if not, I'll do you harm. Okay, so I guess it's just someone that misheard someone singing. This is weird. I feel like everyone in Hyrule just has some kind of like paranoia. It's almost spreading like a disease. Oh, that's why there's a lot of weapons there. That's kind of funny. I love free weaponry. Alright, we'll have to look at those then. See if we can replace anything in our inventory. Perfect. Alright, so another 100 rupees.
Oh. Sapao.
Alright, what do we got? Giant boomerang, smashers, pulverizers. These sound very threatening. Which I guess is kind of topical. Yeah, the only thing is I don't really use... Oh, a Reaper? Yo! Okay, these sound badass. I want these. Damn. High durability with a stick and a log. Then a gnarled wooden stick. Drop that and just take this Reaper. That is cool. Alright. Got certainly a unique inventory here. But that's another stable done. Where else could we go? I guess we could check this stable just in case, because I'm kind of going around to the ones that I haven't really done much in. Or just kind of all the ones that we have registered. Alright, let's see what's going on around here. Or we could do a little bit of arson. Ah, kinda wish I burned you alive. That's a shame. Well, the best I could do is give you brain damage. Join the club. I believe I've already checked in here. Yes.
Oh.
Okay, so there's the God of Horses. That doesn't seem to be anything we need to look into, though.
Mm. Oh.
Beautiful city of water floods with joy. Okay, yeah, that's the whole water temple thing that we've done. Stable trotters are coming back. Okay, it doesn't seem like anything of substance here. There's the pirates over there that I really don't want to have to deal with quite yet. I will steal your apples, though.
Yeah.
I had a Lionel weapon earlier. I should have come back here. Okay, so there isn't really anything here. So I think Lookout Landing might be the last one to look into. I'm not sure, though. Because I am curious about what this is all about. This is a side quest I've been wanting to show off, because, like, you're basically going into Hyrule Castle, and that just sounds really fun. So, let's see, because, well, I accidentally came across this, so I'm going to have to provide a bit of context. If this would load so kindly. Okay, so basically, the emergency shelter. There was a pile of rocks here. So if you blew it up with a bomb, it would find this little hole here. And apparently, she could hear a voice of a demon coming through here. So I think it might be interesting to see what this is all about. I haven't really touched this area at all, because I think it could be really interesting. So let's investigate this. So that looks like a weird, goddess statue. Or I guess it's more of a demon statue. A dealer in life and power. Life for money bargains didn't sit well with the goddess. She turned me into the stone statue. I was banished from the main street to the outskirts of town, scorned and neglected. Again, I was sent away, spent time trapped in a pond with only fish for company. So what is this? Fish make terrible deals. Today I learned. What the heck? This guy just removed a heart. Took essence from you without leaving a mark. A deal with the statue. What does that do? Can I get that back? But ours will be a long and profitable relationship. Give me a heart. Okay, so we got that back, but at what cost? I'll sell either type of essence for 100 rupees, and to buy it back, it's 120. So you could sell your hearts and stamina for money, but you have to buy it back. Why would you do that? I'm curious what the whole deal with that would be. That's... Someone definitely let me know, like, what that could be used for. I'll swap a heart for more stamina. But then in order to buy it back, it would still cost you. So you're basically paying 20 rupees to exchange a heart for stamina. That's bizarre. Couldn't they just balance the game by making it so that you can have max hearts and max stamina? Creating that imbalance just messes with my OCD. Okay, so you're gonna need a lot of bombs for this. Holy crap. Ooh, really good shield again. That we don't really need. Definitely tempting, though. Actually, why have I been holding onto the Gerudo shields? They're not even that good. Let's see. Before I do that, let me just see if there's any, like, buffs about it that I don't know. No, it's literally there just to look cool. Okay, I guess I never really had a reason to hold on to these. I just kind of go for numbers first. This is probably going to be really dangerous. Never mind, I'm fine. And yet, that one hurt me. Okay, so this... So, what is the point of this? I'm like... What is this rabbit hole that it's having me go down? You know that when it's blue rocks, they're really trying to protect something. Where'd that sword go? Rusty Claymore? We'll look at that later. Actually, what am I thinking? I should just use, like, a hammer designed for... not that one. There we go. There we go. Okay, made it through. Didn't mean to light all those up. There we go. It's water down there that leads closer to Hyrule Castle. I'm assuming ultimately this is just a pipeline to Hyrule. Or to the castle, I mean. You know what? I'll just use this hammer. I can make another one. Or I'll just take that. Tactically place Claymore. Is there another rock here somewhere? I can swear there was just a rock here. There we go. Ooh. Ooh, very glad I checked this one. Wow. That is some good stuff. Alright, now what's in here? Ooh. I'm starting to get the suspicion that this is going to be from... Wait a second. I don't like the look of this. They're going to find some way to throw a boss in here. I'm saving. I need to save. And also heal while I'm at it. Ground is moving like that, although that might be just a glitched texture. Jump up. Okay, seems fine enough so far. I feel like I should be scared. There's like nothing. I don't know. I think I'm starting to realize what this is. Okay, it is a boss enemy. You know what? I can fight this. Hinoxes are pretty easy. Provided you have arrows, but they're pretty easy, all things considered. What's nice is that you kind of have to excavate it, so you could take, like, the weapons that it has on it before it actually, like, does anything. Actually, if I just waste this weapon on excavating, then it can break and I can replace it with something good. Let's see, what has higher attack than this? That does... That doesn't... Okay, I think that should be enough to have woken it up. Alright, get a really good weapon here. There we go. Oh, wow. Apparently that was just suicide. Okay, I thought standing under it would make it easier. Turns out I was very wrong. There we go. All right. So, was that it? Just a Stalnox sitting here? Oh no, it looks like there is more to this. Let's try a bomb arrow over this way. Cool, no arrows. There we go. Tireless frog. Oh, that's fun. Okay. Oh, sweet, more arrows. Soldier's helm, okay. Traveler's bow. Kind of some weak stuff right now. Oh, here we go. There's another one. Can I grab that? No. So for all of this, we get a crappy sword. Of course that would happen to me. Okay, and we're just gonna... we're actually gonna keep Unobo here. So is that all there is to the... Wait. Where are we relative to... Wow, so that was, like, completely pointless. It's just, like, the underground of the Castletown ruins. I don't know what I expected, but I thought it would be a bit more. Okay, so there's that. I don't think there's anything left in here. Let me see. Because these look like just a bunch of random craters in the walls that don't lead anywhere. I stand corrected. Okay, it turns out we might get more than what we bargained for. Not gonna lie, thought we were gonna start the Wind Temple today. Did not expect this to turn into, whatever this is. Alright, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna aim a bomb arrow. Okay, some more enemies. Wondering why there's all this, like, malice, stuff around here. Oh, perfect. Whoa. This looks awesome. What is this here? Oh, this is gonna get tough real quick. Gonna wait for these guys to come in through here. Bite him! There we go, that's one. Where's the other one? Actually, we'll just use this. There we go. Where's the last one? He's up there. Big mistake. There we go. Okay, and that was the last one. Whew. That was a rush. Okay, where were we? Excavation. Well, if you have a ton of arrows and bombs and you beat the Goron area, then this is honestly the place to be. Because evidently you get a lot of nice stuff around here. Provided you know how to climb walls, because apparently I don't. So I did see a chest somewhere around here, I believe. Yes. Didn't mean to fall off. You know what? I got all the stuff I needed from there. Knight's halberd. Love how it repeats like the like name when you fuse them together. Looks really funny. Okay. I want to pick up as many truffles as possible because those are very nice. I believe the next place that goes through this way? No, that is a random luminescent corner. Where else do... Oh, we go up here. Alright, we just wait for him to power up again. Okay, now we're getting into the good stuff. Before we go in there, I want to investigate this upper area. My intuition is right, there's something nice for us up here. Okay, so there's a tree root here. Oh, so this goes down? Oh, does this divert two ways? No. This is just a corner of nothing. This corner should feel bad. Okay, pretty good bow. Good lord, this might actually take up the whole episode. There's just so much in here. We're not even, like, just so you know, we're not even in the castle. We are simply below the pathway that goes towards it. Okay, burn away all those thorns. We should be way closer. Starting to think I shouldn't even be doing this until, like, end game stuff, but this is too cool not to do. Oh, I think those thorns up there is where I need to go. I mean, surely because this is, like, the Hyrule Castle passageway, this is, like, eventually gonna lead us to the castle, right? I can't be the only one thinking that. Wow, so this is it? There's gotta be more to this. Because you're able to just walk into Hyrule Castle. Oh, here we go. Just as I suspected. Okay, now we're talking. We got staircases and everything. This is where stuff's gonna get good. Lag? There's no dropped frames on my end. I think it might be on yours. Oh. Okay. Deep beneath this land, our mighty first ruler imprisoned the Demon King. To ensure the king's magic would hold, we erected a castle here to protect this sacred site. Without the castle in place, the site may be disturbed, allowing the Demon King's hatred and rage to be revived. Preservation of this castle is therefore tied to the prosperity of the kingdom. May it watch over an eternal peace. Yeah, that aged like a fine milk. For one, you got all these bats everywhere. do I really want to fight one, but not really. No, I really don't. Does this go all the way up? You know what? Let's call off this unit. Let's see, because if I go directly this way, that takes us, like, kind of into Hyrule Castle. But if I go this way, if I go up, let's go this way. I'm gonna use some good weapons on it. There we go. And then we take our weakest weapon, see how the numbers scale. Alright, then we replace that with this. Okay, so this was just a chest. Another really good shield. Guess we'll replace the... Yeah, we'll replace this shield. It's good, but, like, this one's better. Let's switch to our weakest shield so far. I don't have any basic meals here. Take the rusty halberd stick. Okay, what was he guarding? Okay, just this here. What do we got? How generous. Yeah, no. Okay, seems like we're just in one of the towers at this point. Interesting, so we can't get up there quite yet. But why not, is my question. How does that not reach? I have a bit of an unconventional method for this one. backtrack a little bit. We take this chest. Nothing? Can I push it? Well, now that just doesn't accomplish anything. Okay. Not really sure what to do here. Wait, what am I thinking? You ever just forget that you have the ability to just go through the floor? Because that's me right now. This is why you should never trust me with superpowers. Not because I would abuse them, but because I'd be too stupid to remember that I have them. Okay. So there's the malice, or the gloom from Breath of the Wild. Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down. So they're all just meeting there. Okay, well, if video games have taught me anything, need something that's good with Sneak Strike, but if not, just go really slowly. Actually, you know what? Put on stealth armor. And murder. Okay. That's it? Nothing else here? Just one enemy? Okay. Well, still worth doing that, though. Not gonna lie, I kind of miss, like, having, like, all the malice, like, go away once you shot an eyeball. It was just, like, satisfying to watch it all just disappear at once. Alright, so what we gotta do here... take this board... and a ba-bam. Yeah, I got a bridge, son. Take this barrel. Because I want to find out what happened. Well, guess we're not figuring that one out. I was gonna say, I want to find out what happens when you, like, press that switch back there. But nope, guess we're not gonna find out. Because I forgot. Wood breaks. Fun fact. This is your physics lesson of the day. Wait, how much room is there? Okay. So we're gonna need the third board here. Alright. What's in here? Okay, Royal Guard uniform. So now... take this wooden box. And unlike past me, actually be methodical about it and be careful not to break it. Sure, that's a physics. We come out here. Well, isn't this a gloomy picture? And when you realize this isn't even the castle, this is just a tower in the castle. Isn't that something? You can see all the gloom over there. Then you go in here. Okay, yeah, no, this is fine. First gatehouse, this is occupied by us. You got your corrupted weapons. You got your base camp here and everything. I'm saying that like we haven't been here before, but to think we were here 12 episodes ago, I think, as of the recording of this. So what I do wonder... there is one thing I want to test out. It's a very stupid idea. Well, let's not have anything electrical on us, for one. Get high enough. I'm not talking like Massachusetts high. I'm talking like, you know, verticality. Can you jump in to the pit under Hyrule Castle? I think for obvious reasons you know why we're saving here. Because I am not about to fight the final boss, as I am right now. Discovery, Hyrule Castle, Chasm. Gloom's approach. And here we are. I want to stretch. I am not doing the final boss. Absolutely not. I just simply want to see how far I can go before, as we say in the industry, shit hits the fan. Seems like we didn't have to wait too long. Okay, Yeah, I think you know why, but we're gonna get out of here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go back to Lookout Landing, because then we can actually tell the people in the emergency shelter what we just found. But yeah, that's more or less what's down there. A bunch of enemies and what looks like a dungeon, but we are not about to explore that. Oh, I don't know why. It's just like, it's the same with Breath of the Wild. With every point on the map, you can see a Hyrule Castle, and you want to go there, but you just do not have the resources or means to do so and succeed. If you're me. If you're a speedrunner, sure, just jump in there. Who honestly cares? But I am not built like those people. So if you want to see what's down there, I would suggest watching a speedrun. Patrick, you're really acting like I was actually about to fight the final boss. Like, first of all, I don't even know what's down there. Second of all, no. Alright, so we're just gonna tell her about the horned statue we saw. So we already know what they do. So we get 20 rupees. Cool. Alright, so now that we have... by set, if we sort... Now that we have this... I kind of want to see how far up the archipelago we can go. See if we can actually make it this time. I know I keep doing this, but like I want to see the bare minimum we can do just to get up there so I could just start the Wind Temple because I really want to get in there. I'm not asking for much. Okay. So, as you know... Where is it? 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 Somewhere up here. Where's the thingy? The thingamajig. The doohickey. If you remember correctly, it's roughly over there that we got stuck last time because of ice. And yes, I'm going to do this every single time that we come back here, because at this point, it's kind of a meme that I suck at this game. Thankfully, we do have this ability to help us get through. Quickly use this. You know, I've never actually fought this kind of enemy before. I'm actually curious as to what this thing drops. I guess we'll never know. Also, I should probably be wearing my hiker gear for this. Yeah, there it is. There's that ice formation. That's a word. Sometimes I forget how to English. And a bye-bye. Yep, there he goes. Oh, wait a minute. No way. You're actually kidding right now. So as you know, that ice that was on that structure was the reason why I thought I couldn't move on. It did not occur to me that that little nook inside the column was so you could teleport through it. So I never needed to climb on the ice this entire time, and we could have done this so much sooner. Oh my god, this takes the cake for me, just not knowing anything. I have no excuse. That was just genuinely an oversight. That's actually funny. Oh my god, I actually feel dumb for, like, it happens so often. Like, I keep forgetting I can go through the floor. Like, that's a thing in this game. This is the video game of all time. Oh my god, a video game has never made me feel this stupid before in my entire life. Up until this point. I cannot believe I didn't think that one through. How is that possible? My mom said I'm smart. Alright, well, meantime, let's just throw a bomb. There we go. Wasn't there a third one? No, there was... Oh, yep, there it is. Okay. Alright, there we go. So now we can fly into here. Alright, now let's open this up. Thank God, I needed so many of those. I wonder, can I fuse these? Yes, I can. That is pretty cool. No pun intended. Got a Minecraft-looking enemy down there, which I will not be fighting. Those things suck. I hate fighting those. Alright, so now we just gotta throw this thing. And that was almost bad. Alright. Moving forward, those things are following us. I don't like that. Okay, so now we can make ourselves some food. If I know any recipes, I should. And a mushroom stew. That should help. Okay, so 2 mushrooms, 2 meat, 1 tomato. I'm just gonna cook a few of those. And then 1 more. Actually, we can make 2 more. Cool. Alright. That should be fine. Some chillfin trout. Probably for cold resistance. Okay. So looking at what we have to come up against here. Yes, I know there's a shrine up above. There's a lot of stuff up there. Okay, so they all... Oh, okay, so the Zonai robots are fighting the Arakudas. That is a welcome collaboration, if you ask me. Just gotta, like, mosey on through. Not like they're really dealing with us. Or they are, and they're, just... They're distracted! Oh, that was close. Is there anything of note around here? No? Okay, didn't think so. You know what? Because I don't want to deal with those enemies, we're just gonna move here. Use another icicle to the stick. Wow, what convenient height placement. Okay, so the game plan here is stealth. So the add stealth should make it so that they... Oh, that's right, they're robots. Zonite speed... I'm surprised we haven't seen one of those yet. Ow. Okay, this is gonna suck. Food. This one. Alright, strong Zonite sword. Let's drop some usable material here. Perfect. Oh, now we need something for you. Yeah, we'll use a Gleeok wing. That makes it really nice to throw. Okay, then... Actually, do we even need that's down there? Nothing above us. You know what? I feel like I'll regret it if I don't see what's down there, so let's just fire a bomb arrow. Okay, that's pretty worth it. Okay, various hot air balloons, platforms. I can only imagine what they want us to do. Alright, land here. Nothing around there. Alright. Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? This way, I think. I hope. Oh, now we're gonna be dealing with moving ships. Oh boy. Can we fire an arrow from here? So close. Okay, so this is doable. Nice. Unbearable cold. Okay. Oh, that's right. Okay, that's there. Then we'll just wear, like, our attack buff stuff, which for some reason doesn't freeze us. Air's pretty cold up here. Yeah, I figured. Stupid bird. Alright, right before we go into the sky, we have one last shrine. Very helpful checkpoint. Thankfully, it's another blessing. I wonder if it's going to be another interesting one where, like, flips the entire level for some reason. Large Zonai charge. It is not. That's a shame. I really like that last one. Alright, just switching around my gear a little bit. We should be good. And a 8. Call you a night, good night. All right. Have a good one, Pat. Can't wait for the Nintendo Direct prediction stuff tomorrow. That's going to be fun. Okay, this is going to be intense. Love the music. Oh my god. Okay, I don't know how that counted as landing on it, but sure. Alright, only got a couple ships left. Okay, seems like we're getting pretty close to the inside. Yeah, the air's pretty calm up here. Alright, now that we're directly above it, the only way left to go is down. Welcome to the Wind Temple, the legendary Stormwind Arc. This is by far the best atmosphere I've seen in a dungeon. Holy crap. It's just like everything is blue and it's just like, it's literally just a personification of that whole phrase, the eye of a hurricane. Like, it's a gentle wind. I mean, it's freezing, but it's like, I don't know. I don't know how to really explain it. So, the Stormwind Arc from the Kid Song. And of course, this guy's gonna think that it's Zelda, when it's actually not. Alright, so now we can teleport back here, so probably be buying more arrows. Okay, so it looks like we have 5 terminals we need to open up this time around. You know what? I've got like an hour. I think we're going to try to do the Wind Temple tonight.
Brave fledgling.
Oh, is that Sean Chiplock?
There are still 5 locks securing the hatch on the deck. Use your power to release all 5 locks, and the hatch should open. Heed my words.
Your words have been heeded. Okay, yeah, so release all 5 locks to get the source of the blizzard. Simple stuff. Alright, I guess where to begin? Other than at the beginning. Guess we'll just go in here, because this is the closest one. Okay, so it looks like we have to come in from underneath. Thankfully, there's arrows everywhere, so we're not going to have a problem here. Okay, now we're actually going to see what these things drop, because I am quite curious. Also, these weapons break so quickly. How many weapons am I going to go through? Good God. There we go. Soldier Construct 4. Jeez, they're really just going ham with all these sequels. Okay, so it looks like there's going to be 2 basement levels. So it seems like the best course of action is to just work our way up from the bottom. Oh, although we can't go in quite immediately. Oh, and also that's a problem. Okay, this is an entrance. There we go. Also, nice touch that when you destroy like a flying enemy, it automatically gives you the drops. Okay, so now that we have pretty much all active threats removed, what's this all about? A ruby. That'll probably be useful. So I take it the name of the game is kind of just making use of flame emitter devices. So as a bit of future-proofing, I'm going to fuse this to our shield. What's more radiant than fire, after all? time bomb in a portable pod. Okay. There we go. Okay, we open that gate for future use. Stone Shard Guster. Interesting. So what is there in here then? Nothing. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Okay, this looks like the kinds of thing that we need. So what is it? What do I do with this? Oh, maybe that's why we have a Guster. That makes sense. Maybe not the best time for an explanation of what this is. Love the enthusiasm, though. You know, this is very inefficient in terms of attack power, but this is just really funny that I use a Latisse to fight. Okay, where were we? What is this? Oh, I get it.
Leave it to me.
It's just like with the water temple. I had no idea what these things were for initially, and then I used the actual ability.
Hey, Link. This...
Oh, okay. That's a good weapon. Alright, so that's that one figured out. So now... That's pretty much this entire words. Half of the ship done. Oh, hello. I did not expect that to show up. Where's my blade? Opal, okay. That doesn't give me access to anything good. I don't think... Oh, there is that. Although it doesn't seem like there's a way through there. Or here. Then this is blocked off. Oh, here we go. Oh, we need a thing for this. Can we use this? That is the dumbest looking thing I've ever seen, but I'm so happy it works.
Strong wind. Three more to go.
Alright, I think we can go down here? Unless we already went through this song and dance. Oh, we did. And we're about to go through something much worse. You know, I was kind of hoping that cannon would help. Okay. Can I climb through that? No. I don't know why I thought I could. Oh, well, here's the situation. And here's a couple of dead bats. One of these things is not like the other. Just realized I don't have chat up. Alright. Okay, so we just need... We need a long thingy. Very specific, I know. I wonder... If this thing actually helps, that would be pretty hilarious. Oh my god, it worked. That's really funny. I didn't know icicles were so, like, multi-purpose. Okay, so now the last ones are this one in the back. And then this one in basement 2. Which we can only access by going over there, which is a wall. And we can't really go through walls. Okay. Where to? Back. This way. I think if we're trying to go up all this way, surely there would be something at the top. Ideally, not an enemy that's trying to kill me. Huh. Well, that was easy. Alright, and I anticipate the last one will just be further down. Please power up, power up, power up, power up. Come on. No! Okay. Okay. That could not have been more clutch. Oh, that's what I get for being a bit cocky with my flying. Oy, ay, ay. Alright, let's try this again. You know what? Before we go in, we should probably eat a food. Why did I drop 2 apples? Well, those apples can go to apple heaven or wherever dead apples go. Ooh! That's a good one. Okay, question. How do I get in there? I guess I just travel back up. Alright, yeah, hardy elixir. I don't like using those, but I have them for a reason. Alright, so there's allegedly a doorway here. Oh, wow. How did I not see this? Okay, so I've got to go through a different way? Hmm. Well, that seems like a lower way. We were just there, though. Oh, I think I see the solution. Okay, so in order to get down here, there's a doorway here. To get into that, we need to go to the door on the bottom left. There we go. There we don't go. What the heck? There's supposed to be a doorway. Clearly I'm doing something wrong here. Oh, wait, I made 2 gusters by accident. Never mind. I don't want that. Ooh, I will fuse it with this. Is there anything worthwhile below this? There is. What did I think was gonna happen? I should not have been surprised that doing something stupid would make something stupid happen, but here we are. All right, that's the last one.
That's it, Link. We should.
All right, so now let's save and get ready to fight the boss of the Wind Temple. I am not mentally ready for this. I just can't believe it. This is the last temple already. I mean, obviously there's going to be more, because, I mean, I doubt, like, that would only give us 4 of the Tears of the Kingdom trademark. So there's definitely going to be more to this, but I'm still quite excited.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, that looks like a big deal. Colgera!
That thing must be what's causing the blizzard. We got to take it down.
Okay, what in God's name is the strategy here?
Get away, Link. We need to find a way to hurt it.
There we go.
What? Where'd it go? Link, below you.
Wow, that thing, it hits like a truck. Oh, okay.
Dodge it.
I thought I was going forwards.
Incoming.
One arrow, 2 arrow, red arrow, blue arrow. Done! Honestly, not that hard, but if you do get hit by it, it hits like a truck. Oh, never mind. That wasn't the whole thing. I'm shocked.
We have to stay clear of those tornadoes. Be careful. Leave it to me.
Wow, really? I never would have guessed that the tornadoes would be bad.
Get ready! Don't let your guard.
Nothing else that heals? Except for that sneaky elixir, but that's not going to do me any favors. Crap.
It's coming from below again.
Wonder. Oh.
Great job, lady.
Done. Oh. That was intense, but probably the most manageable boss. That might be the thumbnail picture. All right, what does this spirit have to say?
Tulin, my brave fledgling.
I know that voice. It's you. You're the one who's been guiding us?
Yes, I am your ancestor from a time long ago. I proudly served Hyrule's first king. I was a Rito warrior and a sage with control of the wind. Where you fight, the winds follow. I would expect nothing less from my descendant. You make me proud. That monster you defeated, the source of that intense blizzard, it was summoned by the Demon King. He thought it could stop you from obtaining the stone you just found. My secret stone.
And it's green.
Demon King?
I like green.
Secret stone?
This is a lot to learn all of a sudden. I know. But listen while I tell you what happened in the past. A tale of the imprisoning war. And the mission our people must accomplish.
And we're about to hear the same story for the 5th
Years
time.
ago, when the kingdom of Hyrule was still young, a great evil, the Demon King, descended on the land.
He wanted to wipe out anyone that opposed him so he could take over Hyrule. There were 4 different warriors with 4 secret stones, plus Princess Zelda and Rauru, and they all fought. Rauru sacrificed themselves to steal the Demon King, la-di-da-di-da.
5 other warriors to fight the Demon King. Rauru gave us secret stones, powerful objects that enhanced our formidable abilities. I carried one into battle as the Sage of Wind. It was thrilling to fight alongside my fellow sages. Yet we were still no match for the Demon King's overwhelming power. His magic was staggering, and I was unable to slip past his defenses, no matter how hard I tried. In the end, King Rauru realized that we would not be able to defeat the Demon King. To save our world, King Rauru sacrificed himself and sealed the Demon King away.
So that was the imprisoning war.
Sometime later, another of the 6 sages, the Sage of Time, came to
Yep, Zelda visited the Rito people and was just like, yo, can your species collaborate with us to defeat the Demon King? Should he come back again? Yeah.
The Demon King will return. The magic binding him will be undone. When that time comes, a noble swordsman named Link will oppose him. But Link will only succeed with the Rito's help. Summon the winds and support this hero.
It was clear what part the Rito would play.
It will be an honor to defeat the Demon King. I swear to you that when the Demon King returns, the Rito Sage of Wind will awaken once more. And you can count on the full support of the Rito.
And now you know about the imprisoning war and a mission I accepted on our behalf. You've saved Rito Village, but there's more to do. The Demon King will soon recover his full strength. Tulin, my brave fledgling, you must take up my secret stone and honor the Sage of Time's request. Fight the Demon King with the swordsman Link.
So it's my mission to fight the Demon King with you? Link! This is so amazing! I can't believe my ancestor gave me such an important mission. And it involves fighting alongside you to save the world! If we don't do anything, then the world is gonna be in big trouble. I can't let that happen. I'll do this! I'll happily take this secret stone!
Imagine how different this game would be if one of the sages just said, no, I don't want the secret stone. I'd rather have the world end. It would just be game over right away.
I am the Sage of Wind! Look! Check out what I can do now! Link, hold out your hand. I, Tulin, the Sage of Wind, swear to fight by your side until the end. Take this. It's proof that I'm with you.
Cue 7 Rings in Hand from Sonic and the Secret Rings. Oh. So that's what that goes. So what happens to the middle part? The middle finger doesn't have a ring.
You can use that ring to call on my power anytime, all right? Okay, let's head back to the village and tell Dad.
Tulin is one of the most adorable characters. Just like the childlike excitement of like, oh yeah, I get to save the world, but also like kind of a sprinkle of maturity with understanding the huge responsibility of like utilizing his unique ability to help fight the good fight. Like I just love that about this character. Oh, I'm so glad we finally got around to the Wind Temple. This is long overdue.
Hmm?
Well, doesn't that just look amazing? Look at Rito Village now. It's so vibrant. It is a tower. Thank you, Dargo, Overwatch.
Oh.
This was no small feat. It was large feat. Actually, the dragon didn't even have feet. Stormwind Arc from the Children's Song. Yeah, it was real. This goes to show any children's book you're reading, take it seriously, because you might have to save the world one day. That's the lesson for today. For a job well done. Once you came of age as a warrior? Perhaps an age of calamity? Or I guess Age of Warriors could be like the Hyrule Warriors spin-off for this game. Because, like, you had a Hyrule Warriors, then you had Breath of the Wild, Age of Calamity, Tears of the Kingdom, and now Age of Upheaval or something. Or Hyrule Warriors Upheaval Arc. The woman who called herself the Sage of Time, she looked like Zelda. Yep, this definitely hasn't been talked about before. Want to get to the bottom of this mystery? Well, we don't have the mystery machine yet. Modders, get to work. Alright, so now we have the Vow of Tulin, the Sage of Wind. Yeah, so we've been to all of them. It's time to report our findings at Lookout Landing. However, before we do that, there is one thing that I do want to get real quick. Oh, hello. Okay, the geoglyph. The one in southern Hebra. Shaped like a castle. Okay, good to know. We'll have to look at that another time. But I want to quickly go down to the lower part of this village. Down here. And get an extra heart container. And if I'm not mistaken, that should complete like a full row of hearts. How many does that make? That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 hearts. That's a lot of Kingdom Hearts. Alright, so back to Lookout Landing. I can't wait to immediately get the tutorial saying, hey, you could use my ability, by the way. Because it definitely likes to tell us every single time. So a nice little touch here is that after all of, after each like major temple that you complete, the people of that respective region will start appearing at Lookout Landing. So you got the Zora people, you got the Gerudo, posted out here. You got, where is he? There's usually a Goron rolling around the center. And now you got the Rito flying up above. It's just another way that the game likes to show you a culmination of your efforts in this game, and I love it. Let's go report to no one, because apparently they're not here. Are they up here? Yes. There was the sludge containing the Zora's water, the Gerudo menaced by Gibdos, yada yada yada. Some serious challenges, and overcame all of them. So the person resembling Zelda was behind the scenes for all of the phenomena. Has to be related to the upheaval. Another blood moon. How is this any different from the other ones?
Isn't that... Link, look at this! Quickly!
Oh. That's her. And she looks depressed.
Your Highness.
Me too. And she's gone. Yeah, so I figured that looked an awful lot like Princess Zelda. Apparently she was inside. We have to rescue her. So we can't reach Hyrule Castle. We might be the only one that can do it. So that completes that main quest. But I don't think we're ready for that. You see, not only... I mean, I like how you have, like... Oh, it looks like Zelda was at the castle, but also find Zelda somehow. No, we still have to recover the Master Sword. We have to figure out the mystery behind the geoglyphs. We have, like, more potential sightings that we have to uncover. We have all this stuff to do. So, that's what the rest of streams are going to be for. It's just going to be a lot of kind of exploring the world even more, doing more shrines. So my goal is to do every single shrine, just period. I will not be doing every single Korok unless we get that sub-goal met right there by the end of June, just to put a deadline up there. Yeah, once we get stuff done like the geoglyphs, all the shrines, defeating Master Koga of the Yiga clan, I think at that point we'll start we'll start talking about endgame stuff. So, for now, the way I'm going to be doing things for this playthrough, for now, I will not touch the geoglyphs or the Master Sword off-stream. Those are the only things I will not be doing off-stream. Stuff like side adventures, where it's just kind of side content that gets you maybe a cool outfit or something. This is the kind of stuff I'll just be doing off-stream, just as a means of getting as many resources as possible before going into the final boss. Shrine quests, if we find any more, I may or may not put on stream. It really depends on if we kind of run into them on stream, like while stream is happening, or if I just happen to find it when I'm off stream playing this game. It really depends. Side quests, yeah, no, not really gonna be. I'm not really gonna be streaming these. So, for the sake of just, not just that I want to get this game over with, but I just want to show the good stuff. I want to show the main story content, because that's ultimately what I got this game for. So that's what we're gonna be doing from now on. But in the meantime, I'm going to call this an episode. Thank you to everybody who's been tuning in tonight. And make sure you're following already. If you haven't already, do exclamation point socials in the chat so you can get a link to all of my social media profiles, because this week is going to be fun. We've got Nintendo Direct predictions. We've got Summer Game Fest coverage. So you definitely don't want to miss out on that. In the meantime, have a good night, everyone. I'll see you in the next one.